Event number 16 on the road to Ras Al Khaimah sees the Challenge Tour making a return to Austria after a 3-year absence for the inaugural Euram Bank Open hosted at the breathtaking Golf Club Adamstal. Out early in the perfect conditions and making a move was Jamie Rutherford. The Englishman carded 6 birdies in his opening round, one of those here at the par 5 7th, but 5 drop shots as well saw him finish at 1 under. David Law is sitting at -4 after day 1. Scott is currently 11th in the road to Ras Al Khaimah rankings, prompted by his first Challenge Tour victory at the SSE Scottish Hydro last month. Birdie here on the par 3 8th, resulting in a 66. One better than him is Big Will Besseling. The Dutchman with birdie here on the 18th saw him sign for a 5 under 65. Another on that number is Italy's Francesco Laporta. He's had just 2 top 10s on the Challenge Tour this season, but the man from the south of Italy had his lowest round of the season so far here. Rankings leader JB Hansen is on cloud 9 at the moment, already having notched 2 wins so far this season. He's also at 5 under. But there's an American at the top of the leaderboard, Sean Crocker, nearly holding his approach here on the 5th, en route to a 64. Alongside him is Filip Mruzek from the Czech Republic after a bogey-free 6 under, with Johan Carlsen being another player at 5 under. And with play being suspended due to lightning, Callum Hill remains with 3 holes to play, also at 5 under. Day 2 at the Euram Bank Open, and once again the players were greeted to perfect conditions at Golf Club Adamstal, where it was Sean Crocker and Filip Mruzek who held a 1-shot lead over the field. Scotland's David Law had been having short game coaching by Paul Lawrie over recent months, and it's clearly paying off. This nifty up and down on the par 5 14th for birdie saw him follow up his 66 yesterday with a 68 today. He sits at -6. Overnight leader Filip Mruzek struggled today. The Czech golfer couldn't extend his lead and followed up with a level par 70. He's also at -6. Callum Hill had to finish his first round this morning and started the day at 5 under in only his second Challenge Tour start ever. The Scot was clearly not nervous in the limelight as he only dropped 1 shot all day and finishes 8 under going into the weekend. Marcos Pastor started the day at 4 under and standing on his last hole he was 10 under, but an out of bounds tee shot was then met with this, his 3rd shot. The Spaniard, who hasn't made a cut in over a year, rolled in for bogey, moving him up to 3rd. We're used to seeing this next man at the top of leaderboards this season. JB Hansen is currently 1 win away from automatic promotion onto the European Tour, and it looks like he wants that victory as soon as possible. He matched his 65 yesterday with another today, so sits 1 ahead of Pastor at -10. But still at the top after day 2 is the American Sean Crocker. Currently 402nd in the world, and just a single drop shot today sees him 1 clear after 36 holes. One for the home fans is Manuel Trappel, who is sitting beside Callum Hill at -8, and a further shot back are a flurry of players who are looking for another strong round. Moving day in Austria, and what a day it would turn out to be at Golf Club Adamstal, where American Sean Crocker held a 1-shot lead over the field at the start of play. But it all changed right from the off, his playing partner JB Hansen with this deft touch on the first hole, resulting in par. When the American couldn't respond immediately, his lead had gone. Further back, Spain's Borja Verto in the second match out was lighting up the course. A stunning 62 on moving day catapulted him up 46 spots moving into Sunday, 9 under total. KPMG Trophy winner Pedro Figueiredo was another making waves, this birdie on 16 putting the man from Portugal safely into the top 10. Germany's Martin Kaspari was 8 under for the day through his first 12 holes. However, the ever-looming 59 watch was on his mind as he then stalled and parred his way in. He sits at -11. As for the final pairing, they were struggling. Sean Crocker was 2 over at the turn, but rallied well on his back 9, including this shot of the day into 17 to post a 12 under. And alongside him, the tall Dane, JB Hansen, only managed just 1 shot better than his partner today, as 3 birdies and 1 bogey sees him alongside Crocker, both tied 3rd. But there's 2 tied at the top. Darius van Driel is currently 159th in the rankings, but the Dutchman carved his way around the course with ease and didn't drop a single shot en route to an 8 under 62. A nice birdie save here on 15 sees him at 14 under. Alongside him is Scotland's David Law, 5 under through his first 6. The 27-year-old had just 1 dropped shot and looked as steady as ever around the mountains, and even said he could have gone at least 3 shots lower today as he shot a 62. Five players in total today shot a 62, the last being Mateusz Grodecki from Poland, Juan Sarastis at -10, alongside Filip Mruzek. The final day in Austria for the Euram Bank Open, and the players were greeted to perfect conditions as joint leaders Darius van Driel and David Law got their final rounds underway, both with a 2-shot lead from the chasing pack. Fast out the blocks was the tall German Martin Kaspari, jumping straight into the mix up at the top of the leaderboard. Sean Crocker was also having a hot start, 3 under through 6. He then holed this beast on 7 to move to 14 under. Playing alongside him was JB Hansen, only 2 under at the turn. He was in the chasing pack. But how about this for a members bounce on the par 3 12? Holding the birdie, even he knows how lucky that was as he moves to -15. Behind them in the final group was Law, having nearly holed his second shot on the 11th, he then had this to save par. He stays at -15. And it took until the next hole for Darius van Driel to make his move, this stunning approach into the par 4 14th, setting up birdie. Confidently done, he moves to solo first position on 17 under. Crocker then had the chance to move to 17 under on the very next hole. Not to be. Darius then had the chance to extend his lead to 2. Not to be either. Could David Law join Darius at -17? No, Darius has still got the breathing space. After JB and Crocker both dropped shots coming in and finishing at 15 under, it was left to the final group to finish off on the last. David Law here for par and solo second. He picks up a cheque for €19,800 and moves from 11th to 5th on the rankings. So it left Darius with this 3-footer for par and his first Challenge Tour victory in 3 years of trying. Confirmation there of the final leaderboard. Scott Henry and Borja Verto join Kaspari in 5th spot, with strong final rounds from Figueiredo, Mruzek and Ritthammer.
Winning a cheque, €28,800 from the Netherlands, Darius van Driel.
At the start of the season, I wouldn't think it would be possible to win this year, But yeah, it all came together this week, so I'm very happy with it.
Van Driel moves to 33rd in the rankings. Next week we head back to Scandinavia for the Swedish Challenge. We'll see you there.